I shepherd, I shall not want him make it I like down in a green pasture, him lay that I beside still water them. Him restaurate I soul, him lay that I in the part of I just let him name sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepares a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them, unu anointed I and utunu oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah kadema way grow my way. How my house of Bolisa I don't know what to. It was sick player for. Our time you mo oh you all adon. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral. And we have never claimed to be, because we are not. We have actually taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of eating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food. And all this palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. That is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the crowns of their heads all the way down to the soles of their feet. And we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right after which we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. And this is the Black Empire Media. Oh, we are the biggest online TV when it comes to patriotism and Pan-Africanism. We are the headquarters of the truth. We are the domicile of the truth, the habitat of the truth, the mansion of the truth. This is the hometown of the truth, the bedroom of the truth, the foundation of the truth. Hey, ultimately, we are the truth. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. Oh, on Instagram, you can find us. Also, right there on X, formerly called Twitter, you can also find us. And on TikTok, we keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of patriotism. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Please share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. Remember, our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a beautiful story you want to share with us. We are ready and we love to follow up on your stories for free. Absolutely. Oh, just a handshake of thank you is enough. That's if you care. If you don't worry, man. We are happy to deliver. Remember, your wish is our command. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Hey, come here. Now watch this. I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Thanks so much to Tesori Doriente. Hey, now turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. Smell like heaven. Smell Edenic. Oh my God. Do you have an interview to attend? Maybe there's a new chick in town you need to show some levels. Maybe there's a new guy in town you want to impress. Hey, go for Tesori Doriente. It's a shower gel. Now a little bit of it in the middle of your palm. Shake up the bath water and watch how the rich lather foams up. Hey, it nourishes your skin. At the same time, it makes your skin glow like the morning sun. That is responsible for my beautiful skin. Oh my God. And above all, the fragrance remains on you for 48 hours and beyond. Hey, it comes in several different fragrances. We have the Ikigai, the Karma, the Forest Therapy. We also have the Royal Oud. We have the Persian Dream. Which one suits you? I love the Persian Dream. I love all of them. But my top favorites are, the Forest Therapy and also the Royal Oud. My brother, my sister, is Italian technology coupled with African raw materials, giving you that premium quality, very affordable. Now, Tesori Doriente is proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. Remember, Daddy Ash Limited. For bulk purchases and inquiries, please call Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599. Tesori Doriente makes you smell like heaven. It is soft, it is smooth, it is silky, and its long-lasting oriental fragrance will never let you go. You still smell Edenic 48 hours and beyond. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Show them up. And here we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. Now, when we talk about Millennium Insurance, we are talking about your trustworthy partner. Now, when it comes to the game of insurance, you need somebody with a heart of trust and love. And that is Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Not every insurance is an assurance. Some of it may pretend to cover you like a plaster, but ultimately it is a disaster. That is why I am introducing you to your trustworthy partner, Millennium Insurance. Now, what kind of insurance do you need? Motor policy? No problem at all. Hey, third party or even comprehensive. Maybe you want an insurance against burglary, theft, and even fires for your car. No problem. Hey, we are ready, and we have always been ready. My God. Now, natural disasters may happen sometimes. Volcanoes, yes, earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, and even fires. Much as we don't pray for them. You see, Ujin, Papa, no, now Ujin, Bonin. So, my brother, we wait until some of these calamities hit us and we start going round. But with Millennium Insurance, we have to be ready when anything approaches us. My brother, my sister, that is the choice of the wise man, the game of the wise man, the strategy of the wise man. Millennium Insurance is a trustworthy partner. Now, anytime Millennium Insurance is ready. Oh, yes. Are you traveling? Where are you traveling to? You need travel insurance. Hey, we'll take you there safely and bring you back safely. With Millennium Insurance, hey, you are totally covered. Yes, trustworthy partner. You must remember that. Yes, we have offices all over Ghana. Every nook and cranny, every crevice, every crack in Ghana, we have an office. Oh, yes. Pick up the numbers on the screen and even visit our sales portal at sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com. No problem. For your personal accident and group personal accident insurance, 24/7, you are covered. Oh, visit our sales portal and pick up the numbers on the screen. Make sure you contact us. Let us be the trustworthy partner in your life that you've been looking for. This is Millennium Insurance. Yes, it's a Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Show them up. And here we speak truth to power. Hey, we are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Lemfi. Now, Lemfi is African, and Lemfi is doing a lot of community development right here in Ghana and beyond. That is why I am a proud Lemfian. Can I tell you more? Hey, if you're sending money from America, sending money from Canada, hey, sending money from Europe, no problem at all. Now you don't need to run and locate a certain building, sweating like a pregnant fowl. My brother, my sister. Yes, before you locate this building, then you queue in order to send money to Ghana. It's made easier, right in the comfort of your home. Oh, you are just a step away from sending money to Ghana comfortably and authentically with Lemfi. Hey, if you are sending money to Ghana for the first time from America or Canada, When you send $100 and beyond, we give you $20 back. That is what is called the cash back. It is to say thank you so much for trusting Lemfi. Oh, but remember to use the referral code on the screen, one RASTA. RASTA bakupe, mpese bakupe. And then you get the cash back. And if you're sending from any part of Europe, 100 euros and beyond, or 100 pounds sterling and beyond, we give you 10 pounds sterling, 10 euros back as cash back for using Lemfi. And of course, the referral code, one RASTA. And we are ready. Everything is ready. Now, when you send money to Ghana, it comes in just seconds. Oh, yes. And then no transfer fees. And then you get the best, in fact, the most competitive rates. What are you waiting for? Hit on Lemfi right now and make sure you send money to Ghana. Tell your business partners, your family and friends, and tell them if it is not Lemfi, don't bother send it. Oh my God, the most competitive rates, and you get your money in Ghana via Momo or even in your bank account. This is Lemfi. This is Blakk Rasta. One Rasta. Rasta Bakupe. And this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Now today, oh my God, it's a day that all heaven is going to open. 8 solid stories we have for you. We're going to run with the speed of light. Hey, we have exclusives, 5 beautiful exclusives, and I need you to be here. Oh my God, I can't wait to start the show. But do me a favor, please do me a favor. Hit on the subscription button. Right after that, you hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. Oh yes, and above all, share the broadcast now and make sure many more people are part of this. Please like the show so that it can spread and many more people would watch this. Hey, we have exclusives like never before. And I am happy. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Without much ado, let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. On the run, gay MALLAM defiles over 20 children. Now, this is a very sad story. This MALLAM has been nicknamed in Takrade MALLAM Tonga. He lives in Efiekuma, but for some time now he's absconded. But the Makaranta, or the Arabic school that he taught in, is in Fijai. And he was the only MALLAM in that school. Now, information reaching us has said that this MALLAM here, called MALLAM Anas, has defiled over 20 children right there inside that Makaranta or Arabic school. And his modus operandi would shock you. My brother, my sister, this is MALLAM Anas. Now, the news was first broken by the chairman and, of course, the patron of the Ghana Muslim Students Association. His name is Hajj Sheikh Jallo. Said Hamid Jallo, full name. He is a very prominent figure in Takrade when it comes to the Muslim communities. He's so much respected. He's a very wonderful person, and he moves from one Muslim community to the other, solving different problems. My brother, my sister, we first saw the post on his Facebook wall, and it shocked us. What was the post? Watch this. I was informed today about a madrasa MALLAM who has been sexually abusing children, both boys and girls. He's currently on the run. Now, this issue has sent shivers down my spine. It is a stark reminder that madrasa leaders must rise to the occasion, remain vigilant, and take decisive action to protect children entrusted into their care. I will be meeting leaders of the madrasa tomorrow. Bi-iznillah. This issue mustn't be swept under the carpet. This was what he put up about 5 days ago. My brother, my sister, then he returned with an update. What did he say? He said, after my follow-up on the gay MALLAM issue, it came out that he had defiled almost 20 kids, both boys and girls, Some of the audios in my possession are nauseating to listen to. Some of the children are suffering from the consequences of the penetration. He is still on the run. This is Sheikh Saeed Hamid Jallo Al-Hajj. He's somebody I know personally, right there in Takoradi. And so when this came out, I quickly had to get in contact with him. My brother, my sister. And when Sheikh Al-Hajj Saeed Hamid Jallo was speaking to me, tears were running down his eyes. We had to break the interview and return to him again when he gathered himself, and then we were able to speak. My brother, my sister, what did Sheikh tell us in this interview about the modus operandi of this man called Mallam Anas, aka Ifyekuma Mallam Tonga? Watch this.
Okay, thank you very much, Blakk. Mallam Anas is a young man who was employed to teach at one of the madrasas here in Takoradi. There is a suburb of Takoradi here known as Fijai. The chief of Fijai and the mosque management committee invited him to teach their children, and then he started. When he started teaching the children, he lives in Ifyekuma, but the madrasa is in Fijai, about 10-minute drive. And when he was coming, every time he was coming, he would buy drinks, he would buy some snacks and beautiful goodies for his children. So the runners of the madrasa were so happy, and they believed that this man was doing very well for the children. But they didn't realize that something sinister was going on. It was later that one of the children complained to the parents that he's having problems, he's having pains in his underside or underpart, or let me say anus. And when they interrogated the child, it came out that the Mallam who was supposed to be teaching him had been having sex with the guy or with the boy through the anus. So this issue came out, and then the parents of this child came and met the leadership of the community. And so they decided that they would talk to Mallam Anas. And instead of at that time reporting to the police, they invited Mallam Anas to a meeting on Friday. And I think he got the hint that something is going on, that maybe what he has been doing with the children has come out. So he absconded. But it happened that these parents were able to have a phone conversation between the child and Mallam Anas. They called Mallam Anas and made the child to speak to him without him knowing that the parents were recording everything. So it was in this particular recording, or in this conversation, that Anas himself was telling the boy that do not let your parents know that this is what had been going on between us. He told the boy that if you let them know I've been doing this with you, your Mallam will be disgraced. Do you want your Mallam to be disgraced? The child said no. He told the boy, I think you should recite Ayatul Kursi 7 times. The pains will go and everything will go away. But he never knew that at that time the parents were listening and they were recording. So this was the first evidence that was had. The second evidence was when Mallam Anas called one of the parents, who happens to be doing very well and supporting Mallam Anas financially and in many ways. He told the father of this child that, please, I'm calling to seek your forgiveness. So the man asked him, what have you done wrong that I should forgive you? He said, what I have done against you, I cannot mention it, but I just need your forgiveness. The father said, how can I forgive you without knowing whatever you did? So tell me what you did. Then he said, it is very difficult for me to tell. So eventually he never said anything. And this man I'm talking about has 2 children. Now there is another man who lives around where the mosque is. This man didn't even have his children at the madrasa. But Mallam Anas was able to do these bad things with the 3 children of this man. All 3 children, he did it with them. So it happened that whenever they were at the madrasa, When it is time for closing, he will select two children or one, and then he will tell them, wait after the madrasa, I want to talk to you. And meanwhile, these children are between the ages of 6 and 14. So he will tell them, wait, I will talk to you. So when these children close and go away, the two selected children will meet Malam Anas, and he will take them into an inner chamber of the mosque where the mats for prayers were kept. And then Malam Anas will do bad things with these children. One of the kids was heard saying that Malam Anas took us to the inner chamber and he told us to remove our pants, and he used his manhood to enter us. And if you hear the voice of that child, you know that child would not be more than 7 years old. And so he did this with them. Not only the girls, but he did it with the boys too. So in the end, it happened that many of the parents took their children away from this madrasa, and they could not inform the school authorities or the madrasa authorities why they were taking their children out. So it was when this issue came out that they got the information that all these people took their children from the madrasa because their children reported what was going on to them. So the long and short of this matter is that Malam Anas took the advantage of the, and majority of them in the madrasa were unfortunately defiled by him. But being the Mallam, and you know children trust their Mallams or they trust their teachers. So whenever he tells them that whatever I'm doing with you, don't tell your parents, these children will not tell their parents. One of the children informed her parents that the reason Malam Anas got them was he had downloaded some pornographic materials onto his phone. And so when he called the children, he would play it to them and show it to them. He asked them, what is this? They will say, these are men and women. He will ask them, what are they doing? These children will mention it. Then he said, I will do the same thing with you. It's a good thing. When I do it, you'll be able to understand whatever I'm teaching you. These innocent children will now agree because he's their Mallam and they know that whatever their Mallam says is right. So that is how come he was able to go through all these children. So eventually the issue was reported to the police, and the police has the case as I'm speaking to you now. But unfortunately, Malam Anas is nowhere to be found. He has absconded and we all don't know. So this issue came to me at the time. It was being, the people were trying to sit on the issue. They didn't want the issue to come out into the public domain because initially they even had wanted to settle the issue if Malam Anas had come. So when the matter came to me, I broke the news. I started on Facebook. So maybe when you go to Facebook, you see that I started mentioning the issue. And then I paid a visit to the elders of the community, and they corroborated the story I had and even gave me more information. So that is how come the issue came out, and Alhamdulillah, now that is the major issue being discussed here in Secondary Takwa. And maybe this is a little I know about this issue that I can recount to you,
Wow.
Blakk.
Haj, tell me, what's the fate of the madrasa right now? And again, do you know how many children this man might have defiled?
Okay, on the number of children that the man has defiled, we are not able to pinpoint the exact number. But the information I had was that the school had a student population of around 50. But then, before this scandal broke out, already about 15 of the parents or 15 of the children had been withdrawn by their parents without any information. Because some people think that they had the information and they kept the information to themselves and withdrew their children. It remained about 35 of these children. And so the people I spoke with, some of them are saying that over 20, more than 20 of the children were involved. But they are not able to give you the exact number, but more than 20 children, both boys and girls, were involved in this scandal. So as I'm speaking to you, the madrasa itself doesn't even have any teacher because he was the sole teacher at the madrasa. There are no any teachers over there. So I believe that the madrasa will not be able to function, because the last time I spoke to the chief, who happens to be in charge of the madrasa, he told me that the man was the only madrasa teacher, and the madrasa cannot function until they get another teacher. And I'm also afraid that this scandal is going to seriously affect the madrasa. The rest of the parents, the possibility of them withdrawing their children is very high. But I promise to go there so that I'll get more information, and inshallah, maybe in subsequent program, I'll feed you with the exact information. But as at now, I'm not sure the madrasa is operating. And you know, it's a Saturday and Sunday madrasa, so the issue of operation will not come. Now, due to this, many people are saying that we need to probe the other madrasa too, because many of the teachers in the madrasa are not that much trained. They are not well trained. So the possibility of somebody also taking advantage of the student is high. People called into my program, and some of the issues they were raising, I cannot raise it here because we don't have any evidence to that. But I believe that this is a wake-up call to us. Some of us.
This is a wake-up call to us. This is Hajj Saeed Hamid Jello. He is the chairman of the Ghana Muslim Students Association, GIMSA. And he is also a very well-respected opinion leader in the Muslim community in Takoradi. This matter was brought before him, and he decided to bring it out. The Mallam absconded. My brother, my sister, his name is Mallam Anas. Now he's been nicknamed Efie-Kuma Mallam Tonga. He lived in Efie-Kuma and did this over a long period of time. He was the only Mallam of the school, or madrasa. Madrasa is school in Arabic. My brother, my sister, most of these Mallams in the madrasas are not paid well. They get what is known as kudin water, monthly money. And the children only pay something small, 2 cedis, 1 cedi, at most 5 cedis. That is how much they pay, because they want education, the Arabic way, the Islamic way, to be very much accessible. And it's not about money. So the Mallam at the end of the month may only receive about 70 cedis, at most 100 Ghana cedis as his pay. My brother, my sister, and a lot of these Mallams beat the children in the madrasas. A lot of these madrasas, when you pass by them, they are only parroting, reciting things that they don't understand. And you hear the sound of the ship, ship, ship all over the place. In fact, it's almost like a place for terrorism, a place to terrorize children. No wonder this is happening. In fact, there was a Mallam in Tamale called Mallam Shaltut. Mallam Shaltut had a very big madrasa. And this was what he was doing too. Sleeping with the little girls in there. My brother, my sister. So it came to a time when the girls were getting to a certain age in the school, they were withdrawn, or else Mallam Shaltut would deal with them. He died a long time ago, but he was most of the time published in the days in the newspapers. And I remember, Shaltut does it again was a headline that rocked Tamale time and again. He was impregnating a lot of the madrasa girls. That was so much of a penchant to him that many girls were not sent to that school at all. My brother, my sister, how many more madrasas are going through this? Now we have the tape that Al-Hajj Saeed Hamid Jallo was talking about, when parents of the little boy decided to call the Mallam and let their son talk to the Mallam whilst he was being recorded. But he didn't know. It was on his blind side. Let's listen to the tape. It's so nauseating. And we have 2 more tapes, but we wouldn't be able to play all of them. As he said in his own words, very nauseating, very annoying. Watch this.
Mente.
Okay, oh, you do,
Madam. Tamna muda wanewa. Yama muda monewa. Na mudewa. Ado wayne ishe mutu nam tina. Mwasma munkana miyedi. Chwansan powe newa. Na kache newa. Mam kan chobe ana heren. Apa chau. Nam kare wanda nam kare makacha mami.
Okay.
Munka.
Oh, David, Alec, it's a kind of Masana. Anna.
Hello.
Now.
So what's there on your book hospital to slow?
Alex, Monso.
You.
Monso. What's up? Alpha.
You.
Can I have to see?
You.
And I have to put you in Canada.
Okay.
I fire to be up for
You.
There, Monka had a point at it.
You.
And then Yamoa, Lilia waiting at us.
You.
I need to make a combo up at 70. Yanko combo Yanko at it.
You.
I'm some more Wadi, I must master the mayor. No more fire at it.
You.
As a select commission, naturally, Yanko one kaya, the one now for one down at us.
You.
Jimman, Mawakman to at it.
You.
How did the most of the same cousin?
Abby.
And I'm in the Kawak Motion at it.
You.
On Sunya.
You.
And the madness of wedding Kanaka will be with you at us.
You.
Now, on your Timo last year, at us. And so last year,
Okay.
and Tim Strow. Vampire,
You.
my uncle for more on yard one. Oh, I make all my friend nor catch them. All of my there, which you know, I'm so much friend. My friend, I'm coming from Bonko. So if we what whom I may say will be the mass mouth.
Well, to our non-account speaking audience, the little boy was talking to the teacher and he said, I'm having pain. I think I would like to talk to my parents about it. He said, don't do it. If you do it, your MALLAM or your teacher is going to be disgraced. Don't do that. Go and recite Ayatul Kursiyu. It is a surah from the Quran that a lot of Muslims say is very powerful. Others say every verse in the Quran is equally powerful. My brother, my sister, this was the conversation they were having. And this was recorded on the blind side of the teacher. Recite, you'll be okay. It happened last year, right? It will be all right. I even spoke with your mother. Everything will be okay. God would make it happen. My brother, the madrasa is a very beautiful concept. It's good to go in there and learn. But again, we have said it on this show over and over. A lot of the children are only sent there to go and parrot, recite. They are not taught Arabic. They are taught to recite Arabic. In a lot of these madrasas, I went to madrasa myself. Of course, times are changing, and some of these madrasas are beginning to teach the children proper Arabic, from how to say good morning, what's your name. But my brother, my sister, there are only a few. You'll be shocked that Mallam Anas himself does not even understand Arabic. But he's teaching children Arabic. He only knows how to recite and not how to speak. And this is what is mostly taught in the madrasas. Maybe out of anger or for some other reason, maybe because the students are not really paying so much money. The children, they are not actually students. Because the Mallams are not getting so much money. Some of them, the bad ones, visit the children with anger, beating them unnecessarily. A lot of people stop going to madrasa because of the excessive caning. And it looks like a lot of people in the Muslim community have endorsed the caning. It's almost like saying spare the rod and spoil the child. And in the madrasas, a lot of them, not all of them, my brother, this is a pension. Beating the children like animals. Well, the matter has been reported to the police. Mallam Anas is said to have absconded. When we checked, we're told that he had even run all the way to La Côte d'Ivoire, and he has some family members in there. But we're going to make sure that this tape goes viral so that authorities that matter, that are concerned, would hunt this guy down and bring him to justice. This is Mallam Anas, aka Ifyekuma Mallam Tonga. He's been in the area for so long. He's somebody I met a couple of times whilst I was in Takrady, and he was seen as a very holy man, very pious, very prayerful, because most of the time he was in the mosque praying. Little did they know that the mosque was also his porn hub. He was having sex, defiling the little children right in the mosque, in the mat room. Well, wherever Ifyekuma Mallam Tonga is, the people of Takrady are so angry. It's time to take all the children to the hospital and find out if he has given them some kind of disease. My prayer is that these innocent children should not have any disease from this irresponsible Mallam. We will keep following this issue and we will update you with time. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Xenophobia. Ghana boy returns home to big blessing after attack. Wow. Now, a gentleman we saw in South Africa accosted by some xenophobes, led by a lady, my brother, my sister, went viral. Now, these South Africans stopped him at the roadside and started to question him. We played that video to you earlier. Let's recap it briefly and we'll tell you a story. Watch this.
We are fixing this continent. This thing of you guys moving from one country to the other, it's no longer working. We don't want this as African people anymore. We are tired of seeing African migrants moving all over the world, refusing to fix your own countries. Now we're making it very clear to you guys, Utitina, we don't want you here. We want you to fix your countries. Now you came here with a traveling document. You came with a passport. You know that you are a visitor, but now you decided to come and integrate in our communities. You know very well that what you have done is wrong.
How many children do you have here?
We can come to Ghana and do what you're doing.
Passport.
Eh? Now you are carrying a bucket. It's 11 a.m. You were supposed to be fighting the government of Ghana there to ensure that they are getting things right.
No, there's no fight in Ghana. You must fight what they do.
Where's your papers?
Passport.
Passport.
Where's the passport?
Take it out.
Let me see your passport. Let me see. Luna. Okay, tell me. Who's the police officer that you are bribing to certify these things for you? Baba, let me tell you. I'm not foolish. These things, let me tell you, ne? You know by law you're not supposed to certify as an immigrant. You're not allowed to certify your passport.
No.
Okay, why do you...
Even after Emmanuel Asamoah showed his passport, a copy of the passport, they still had a problem. Which corrupt police officer signed these documents for you? He himself was confused because he knew he had genuine papers. Now they asked asked him what he was doing in South Africa. He said he was painting nails. And we had Jacinta Zuma say, oh, painting nails. We have a lot of people who can paint nails. To be able to qualify to work in South Africa, you must have a unique skill. Painting nails is not unique. You have to return to Ghana. Now we are going to be very, very cool with you. But can you do this in Ghana? My brother, my sister, it went viral. The xenophobic attacks are still going on. He found his way all the way into the consulate of Ghana, the High Commission of Ghana to South Africa. My brother, my sister. And over there, he met with the High Commissioner. And it was reported to us that he was very safe. High Commissioner Kwashi made sure he was safe. And when he was asked what he wanted to do next, he decided that he would return to Ghana. And he came to Ghana indeed. When he came to Ghana, he was received by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Their boss is the guy called Okujeto Ablakwa Samuel, the bald-headed man sitting here. Very hardworking. He's my minister. My brother, he has taken diplomacy to another level. And the guy wearing the yellow is High Commissioner Kwashi, Benjamin Kwashi. That's his name. The one in the middle wearing the t-shirt, the white t-shirt, is the guy we are talking about. My brother, my sister, and Okujeto Ablakwa. Oh, they had a nice meal. They ate and drank. And then, this is where the big news is. One of Ghana's rich men, a brother of the sitting president, and I'm talking about the CEO of Jata Cement, the man who has taken over the Damai mines right now with several years of mining experience. I'm talking about Ibrahim Mahama. Decided to invite the gentleman over. When Mr. Asamoah met him, he was blessed with a fat envelope of 200,000 Ghana cedis. My brother, my sister, that's an equivalent of 20,000 American dollars. And then he was also promised something extra. We would take you through. Let's go into the offices of Jata Cement. The code cards are all over the place. The pictures are all over the place. The gentleman is now going to have a shop that is going to be filled with building materials. And he would also have Jata Cement stocked in there for free so that he would be able to do business, make money, take care of himself, and as every good story ends, he would live happily ever after. Ibrahim Mahama spoke. And he had a piece of advice for many people. This one here says, Ibrahim Mahama gives xenophobia victim Emmanuel Asamoah 200,000 Ghana cedis, offers cement distribution business and construction hardware depot. My brother, my sister, it's a beautiful story, isn't it? Now, Ibrahim Mahama spoke personally to Emmanuel Asamoah. What did he say? Watch this.
So that if there's any other people like, let them all come back home. I mean, it's
almost 230.
Let them come. There's so much opportunity there for them. If it's to find seed money for them, it's better. Out of the 200, even if you help them and 100 do well, it's better than you get what I mean. You know, Ghana is not a broke country. It's just that we don't know where to put our money. You understand? There are people who really need just small help. That help I got, that 10,000, I'm looking to see how many people. But the people are not disciplined. You give somebody money. I've given somebody money. The person was struggling somewhere. I met the person. How much in the country? And then came, oh, I want to do this. Next thing the person is enjoying the money. You understand? But this man, if he does well today, my children who are younger, tomorrow though, he would tell them that your father is a good man. Your father helped me. So possibly tomorrow he's sitting somewhere, he also can help my children. You get? But we don't we don't look at the progress. The problem that makes me sit away even from the public is that most of the people are not disciplined. You create a business for somebody, the person is making profit. At the end of the day, he made about 900,000 Ghana cedis. That's $90,000. The person is going to enjoy the money. But in my discipline, I'm expecting that the person will put the money back into the business. You know, it's a discipline. Ghanaians can be good business people, but the problem is just the discipline. He thinks that every capital is profit, so you just enjoy it. So
Ghanaians can be very good businessmen, but the problem is discipline. They think that every capital is spending money. Ibrahim Mahama said his breakthrough came when somebody gave him 10,000 Ghana cedis. He turned it around and he had a very beautiful piece of advice for young entrepreneurs. When you make profit, it's time to put it back into the business rather than just walk around and blow it. And when you listen to the tape further, he said, some of these young businessmen, the entrepreneurs who are just coming up, when they make a little bit of profit, they are looking at the latest car despite its driving. And they want to buy the same car. Meanwhile, despite has been in business long before you were even born. The kind of money he has made from his business, your whole family gathered together will never be able to even make 5% of it until they are disciplined. There's no businessman who makes it without discipline. That's what Ibrahim Mahama is saying. Now, my brother, this is where the conversation is. Dash it away. How many more people are in South Africa waiting to come home? Do they really want to come home? Is there a future for them? Ibrahim Mahama says, those who are out there, how many are they? They should all come home. They will get some seed money to start some business. And I thought that that was a long shot. Yes, a long shot. Would Ibrahim Mahama be able to take care of all the Ghanaians who are in South Africa and want to return home? Can he give them seed money? Even if he was the richest man in the world, I'm sure he will still have problems. Now, what is the number of Ghanaians in South Africa officially? My brother, it's tens of thousands of Ghanaians in that country. How much can Ibrahim Mahama give each one of them? But it is time for us to have this conversation. Are we making employment ready for all our youth who are running out of the country? A lot of them are in South Africa not because of holidaying. They are there because of jobs. They want to find jobs. They want to be able to feed their families. Much as we are crying that xenophobia is eating them up in South Africa, we should also look at the other side of the coin. We can't continue blaming the monkey for eating bananas. At some point, we have to start advising the bananas to stay away from dancing and dangling in front of the monkey. What are we doing to keep our youth at home? 24-hour economy, has it picked up yet? The big push, is it working so hard? How many Ghanaians are employed? Do we have a portal where unemployed Ghanaians can go, visit, and register and say we are unemployed so that when employment opportunities come, without any favoritism, some of these people can be contacted so they can go and work. In our country, it's all about who you know. If I don't know you, I will stay unemployed. When I go looking for a job, instead of asking me for my skills and certificates and experience, no, I am asked who sent me. In whose name are you coming? Oh, my brother is ABCD. Oh, you have qualified. We are putting square pegs in round holes. Favoritism is all over the place. The most qualified are not those that we employ. We employ those we are familiar with. At the end of the day, when they find themselves in South Africa painting nails, then we get embarrassed. Bring one person in, sort him out, and we think that we have sorted the problem out. No, this is just a tip of the iceberg. With all respect to Ibrahim Mahama, he's a crazy philanthropist. When I grow up, I would like to be a philanthropist like him. But this is just one Ghanaian coming from South Africa. Yesterday, we had calls from South Africa. Many people called me, asking me if I could link them to Ibrahim Mahama. Should they come home? My brother, I cry for Ibrahim Mahama. Everybody is running to Ibrahim Mahama, as if Ibrahim Mahama is the owner of Ghana. Yet, when the mining concessions and all those things come, we play politics and say that this is the president's brother, therefore he shouldn't get it. But when it comes to us running for help, Ibrahim Mahama is one of the first people Ghanaians go to. True or false? How many people meet me on the street and they ask me if I have connections to meeting Ibrahim Mahama because they want to meet him with problems, not to help Ibrahim Mahama, as if he doesn't have problems. How many people ever woke up to go to the house of Ibrahim Mahama to say, you know, I'm bringing you 100 Ghana cedis? How many people have done that? How many people woke up from their beds one day to say, you know what, Ibrahim Mahama has been doing this all this while. Today, I've taken my salary. My salary is not much. It's only 2,000 Ghana cedis. But I'm going to take 100 Ghana cedis out of it to go and give to Ibrahim Mahama to prove a point that he shouldn't always give. He should also receive. How many of us do that? We take it for granted. He's rich, so therefore he doesn't need it. No, sir. How many more Ghanaians in South Africa are ready to come home? Is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs going to have parties for all of them? Or because this one went viral, we had a certain dinner for him? Can we do that for all the other South African Ghanaians who are coming home? Can they all have the opportunity to have businesses set up like this for them? Let's think about all these things. As for Ibrahim Mahama, he has done what he can do. And hopefully, in that tape, he said he would like to do more when more people come. But he made one last point, and I'm going to close on that. He said, Ghana is not a broke country. It is just made up of businessmen who are not disciplined. And for that matter, they are swallowing the capital that they should have turned around. On that note, my brother, my sister, think positively. Those of you who have the chance, also go to some of the rich men who have been supporting you all this while. This time round, don't go to receive gifts, go to give gifts to them as well. They also need gifts. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunemo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 3. Watch this. Policeman AFENYO-MARKIN slapped, still cries for justice. A policeman, Corporal Abel Forsen, was slapped. My brother, my sister, his branch is Tesano Police Station. Young, handsome policeman with a big future in front of him. There was going to be a petition presentation. And NPP members decided that they would go in their numbers to go and present that. Whilst marching to the Parliament House, they were singing and dancing. And most of the time, the police will be deployed to maintain peace and order. And we saw the video. They were marching in their numbers. It's the second biggest political party as it stands right now in Ghana. We saw the videos, didn't we? That's them. Marching all the way Now their leader, the minority speaker, is the one who is wearing hats and dark glasses. He seems to be angry that the gate should be opened so that he and his clique can walk through. The police said, no, we can't allow all these people to walk through. Pick up a few people, then we allow you to present your petition. But for everybody to break through the barricade, no, it's not going to be wise, and security would be compromised. Then he got angry. We were told he tried to push his way through, and then he raised his hand, and boom, he slapped a policeman. Bam! We saw that. And we were told that he slapped again. Bam! My brother, my sister, they have investigated the case. The docket is ready. It's with the Attorney General. What is keeping the Attorney General from prosecuting this guy? AFENYO-MARKIN. He's the minority leader in Parliament. This is the guy. He's a lawyer. He makes law for Ghanaians. So he should abide by the law. My brother, my sister, they have gone out there to investigate the issue. We are told the docket is ready. It's on the table of the Attorney General. Yet, it doesn't look like there's any interest in prosecuting this guy. If it was the other way around, the poor policeman would have been indicted. He would have even been languishing in prison right now because he slapped an untouchable politician. Are politicians more human than us? Are there different set of rules for politicians? My brother, my sister, we went all the way to the Tesano police station a couple of weeks ago. And we went straight to look for this young man. In fact, he was so disheveled. Whilst I was standing there waiting, I saw him coming. And then I approached him and I shook hands with him. You could see that he was not even in the mood to talk because he knows the consequences. But he told me, Blakk Rasta, before I can speak, we must go to my director. So, we walked all the way into the office of the director, his boss. First, he saluted, bang, as police people always do, out of respect. And his boss told him to sit down. And they gave us the permission after they contacted so many different other offices to get the permission. And then we had the interview. My brother, my sister, we spoke with Corporal Abel Forsen. What did he tell us? Watch this.
Okay, so on that fateful day, Tesano Division was detailed at the Parliament House. Myself and my commanders were all there to make sure the demonstration was peaceful. So whilst the demonstrators were all there, we were also providing security for them. Before I could say Jack, I heard somebody slap me. Where's me on? Where's me on? So I just raised up my head and saw that it was the minority leader. So when I saw that it was him, I was just holding the barricade and then he slapped me again. So quickly I turned to my commander and then they all came and then they restrained him. That was what happened.
Why did he slap you?
I don't know.
When he slapped you at the time, did you know that that was a minority leader?
I raised up my head and saw his face and then noticed that it was the minority leader.
Did you say anything back?
When he slapped me, I was just there looking at him.
Where has the case reached right now?
When it happened, I lodged a complaint, took a medical form and went to the hospital. And then the investigators also took up the case at the headquarters.
What have you been told after that?
I've not been told anything.
Has the minority leader come to meet with you, to plead with you or talk to you?
No, I've not seen him since the incident happened.
What do you want to see then?
Justice.
What would you call justice? What exactly do you want?
He assaulted me, so justice should be done. I need justice. That's it.
Did you suffer any physical pain?
Yes, I was having some problem with my eye, and it continued for about 2 to 3 weeks before I stopped.
Do you believe that you get justice?
I believe so. I believe so.
Do you believe you get justice? I believe so. He slapped him 3 times, allegedly. Investigations done and dusted. The MP said that he was attacked too. And he even almost comatose. They had to throw water on him so that he would be able to be resuscitated. These are the people we voted into power. This is a guy who is the leader of some constituents in a constituency. This is a guy who sits in parliament and makes laws for us. I am so disappointed in what is going on so far. Politicians are not gods. If what we are hearing is nothing but the truth, it's idiots, my brother, must face justice. And if it is the other way around, the other sets of idiots must also face the law. Why is the Attorney General quiet on this issue? The Mahama government shouldn't sit on this. In fact, one police incident can cost so much. How many more young, able-bodied policemen are in there and they have seen that their colleague is not getting justice? Do you think that they will sacrifice for this government? Do you think that they will do everything in their power to police properly? No. They are like footballers. When they go and play and then they have sprains, wear steel, fractures, and they don't see anything done properly to treat them and heal them. Next time they are playing football, they play like models and not footballers. They won't go for the hard tackles. No. We've seen this over and over. Please, we must all come together and ask for justice and demand justice for Corporal Abel Forsen. And I think that the IGP should be promoting this guy and the people who handle this matter so well. Because looking at AFENYO-MARKIN and looking at Corporal Abel Forsen, if they were to be given the floor, as we say in Ghana, fight, AFENYO-MARKIN will not last 2 minutes. He will become dead body and he will be buried in a shallow grave. But because of discipline, the discipline that the police is noted for, the young guy stood back, looked at his commander for instructions. Should I attack? Should I clamp down this guy? And commander said, easy. 3 times, the guy said, he slapped him. Even if this was your child, would you do that? And because it's just a mere policeman, a certain larger-than-life politician who recently turned a judge into a comic figure and said that he wanted to go to jail, that judge was not qualified to be where he was. Do you remember that? Please, let this be a nation of discipline. Let this be a nation of loyalty. Let every citizen have it inside their DNA that no matter what happens, they will get justice. Hey, if the goose gets justice and the gander doesn't, then we are living in George Orwell's Animal Farm. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. I'm so disappointed. Are they playing politics with this? Where is the nation going? If politicians can behave like this and go scot-free, then we don't have a nation. We only have an animal farm. To AFENYO-MARKIN, if it is true that you assaulted this policeman, slapped him 3 times, as he said, and you are walking around and feeling that you are larger than life, shame on you. You have achieved nothing. You are a joke. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have hot exclusives for you. Hey ya! Hey yo! Kai! Wait! Wayo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blakk Pot.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Remember, here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, subscribe to the channel. We call Black Empire Media. We are the biggest online when it comes to patriotism and Pan-Africanism. And it's all because of you. Right after that, hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you'll be reminded to what? Please share the broadcast, like the broadcast, so it can spread wider and better. Hey, our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We'll do it for free. Story number 4. Watch this. Gifty OWARE gets hot stink from High Court. Now, Gifty OWARE had her university education at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And while she was there, she was a student politician with the NPP. When she finished, she did her master's as well. But right from school, she went straight into politics. Whilst doing her national service, she got the opportunity to continue via her political party, the NPP, to become one of the senior members of the National Service Scheme. My brother, my sister, and over there, she grew fat on alleged theft. She stole money like never before. Money laundering and what have you, as told to us by investigators. My brother, my sister, the Office of the Special Prosecutor launched a solid investigation into her activities. And we would like to recap exactly some of the things she has been accused of. Run the dossier. And watch this. Gifty OWARE Mensah, the former Deputy Executive Director of the National Service Authority, NSA, faces 5 criminal charges at the Accra High Court related to an alleged 38.4 million Ghana cedi fraud scandal. She has pleaded not guilty to all charges and was granted bail in the sum of 10 million Ghana cedis in October 2025. Now, according to court documents filed by the Attorney General on October 13, 2025, the court counts against her. The 5 counts against her include 1. Stealing, allegedly involving 31,502,091 cedis and 40 pesos belonging to the National Service Authority. Yes, 31.5 million Ghana cedis. Willfully causing financial loss to the state, estimated at approximately 38.4 million, when including accrued interest. My brother, and it's not done. Money laundering. She facilitated her way using her office as that big facilitation into the world of money laundering. And this was facilitated through the transfer of state funds into personal and affiliated company accounts. And she used public office for profit. That's abuse of public office. Now, what are the key allegations? In fact, they are centered around ghost names and fraudulent loan scheme allegedly operated between February 2022 and March 2024. Fabricated personnel. Gifty OWARE Mensah is accused of generating a list of 9,934 fictitious names, that's ghost names, within the NSA's central management system. She allegedly used these fictitious names as service personnel to secure a higher purchase loan facility from the Agri Development Bank, ADB. And that's what she used. Flip. My brother, ghost names, close to 10,000 ghost names. And she used that as a collateral to facilitate a certain loan from ADB. My brother, sometimes even involving her husband and her superior. Funds from this loan were allegedly transferred to Blocks of Life Consult, a private company she reportedly controlled under the guise of supplying goods that were never delivered. Listen. Personal gain. Investigators claim some of the misappropriated funds were traced to other entities where she served as director, such as Amicom Global Company. And then the illegal NSS enrollment. A separate Auditor General's report alleged she was illegally enrolled as a national service personnel in 2021 while serving as a full-time salaried public officer receiving allowances for 12 months. So for 12 months, she was working as a service person, national service, collecting national service money, yet she was fully employed, double salary for 12 solid months, according to the Auditor General's report. Now, her bail condition rose all the way to 10 million, and she required 3 sureties, 2 with landed property. Now, the surrender of her passport and reporting to the police twice monthly became the conditions, and she met that. In early 2026, the High Court dismissed her application to hold the trial or refer constitutional issues to the Supreme Court, describing them as lacking merit. And that's why we are here today. Gifty OWARE went to court, asking the High Court to halt the judgment, her case, because she has already gone to the High Court and filed that the High Court should free her so that she would walk away. My brother, my sister, and the High Court looked at her and said, what are you talking about? The fact that you've gone to the Supreme Court does not mean that we should let you go. My brother, Look at all the allegations. The Auditor General's report captured her in it. State institutions, could they have made a mistake? At a point, she became so powerful. She owned a football club. So many controversies around her. Lesbianism, plush parties, birthday parties, and she flaunted stolen wealth, allegedly. This is Gifty OWARE. Young, beautiful woman. Came from the university, right into politics. And what happened? Did her political party use her to fund political campaigns? This is what a number of political parties do in Africa. They fall on some of their members to steal money and give part to them to campaign during elections so that they can turn a blind eye to whatever stealing is going on there. Who loves Ghana? If you love Ghana, say yes, Ghana. Can we have a good Ghana if we allow our members to keep pilfering, stealing, and hijacking the coffers of the nation? Yet you'll be shocked that some people might even know that all the Auditor General is saying is the truth. All the investigators are saying nothing but the truth. Yet they will still come out in support of people like this. Because they are their thieves. I have to protect my thief. Because when my thief stole, she brought part of the money to me. Now when you protect your thief, another party comes, what does it do? It protects its own thieves. So which thieves are you going to send to the jailhouse? It is me and you who are not politicians, who do not have political ties. We become the sacrifice of these dirty, stupid politicians. Should I say it again? Every political party is protecting its thieves. Party A comes, is protecting its thieves. Party B comes, is supporting its thieves and protecting them. We who do not belong to these parties, we become the sacrifice. When you go to the jailhouses, it is people like us who are there. Because we have no representatives in these political parties that are running musical chairs. I pray that the courts will follow this matter stringently. That we will get to the bottom of this. Not only this one, any other one that has been caught in the web of fraud, corruption, stealing from the state, may they have the right judgment. Whilst they were stealing and enjoying, a lot of children were dying in the hospitals, no beds. Pregnant women were dying. Students couldn't go to school because some basic necessities were blown out of their way because of some of these people stealing. Today, if it's judgment day, let judgment be clean and clear like the whistle is the black pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 5. Kai, Dodo, watch this. How KOFI's uncle beheaded him for money ritual. I saw on Ghana Web an attempt to tell the story of KOFI. And as a historian, I thought that some of the facts were not there properly. So I should just spend about 5 minutes, go through the story, and then we'll look at it properly. Ghana Web published it big time. My brother, my sister. That's it. 1980s ritual killings. How 9-year-old KOFI was murdered for rituals. My brother, my sister, and look at those photos. Far left, we have Benjamin Afi. That was his full name. He was the uncle of Kofi Kintoh. Now the guy next to Benjamin Afi, Yao Kwatin. Now we have KG and then Jomo. My brother, my sister, they were those who had their hands bloodied in the death of Kofi Kintoh. In the days, there was a popular photograph of Benjamin Afi holding the head of Kofi Kintoh. Look for that photograph. Benjamin Afi holding the severed head of the 9-year-old Kofi Kintoh. I was a very young boy, and I read it in the PMP. It broke my heart. I followed the story from crane to crane, as we say in Ghana, beginning to the end. Benjamin Afi wanted to travel abroad. He felt Ghana was harsh, and he wanted, by hook or crook, travel out of the country for greener pastures. And everywhere he went, he was directed to a certain man, a rich man, to go there and ask for cash, KG. My brother, my sister, one day he went to this rich man and said, "Sir, I want to travel outside the country, and everybody says I should come and see you. I'm begging you, help me to travel abroad. I will pay you back." And KG smiled and said, "Well, I can help you, but you don't need me. You can help yourself. Should I show you the secret of my money? It's simple. You need a human head. Once you bring the human head, I'll show you what to do with the human head. You take it to this person, they will work around it. They will give you enough money for you to travel while they make use of this head. But the head you are supposed to bring should be the head of somebody who has never been engaged in sexual intercourse." His mind went straight to his little nephew, Kofi Kintoh. Yes, Kofi Kintoh. And they were in a village, now a town called Sefiwioso. My brother, my sister. Now this was what happened. It was a Sunday. Kofi Kintoh was supposed to go to church with his grandmother. But he told the grandmother that he was coming, but he sneaked out and went out with Benjamin Afi. He was his favorite uncle. Benjamin Afi said, "Let grandma go to church so that me and you would go and inspect my traps." He was a farmer and at the same time a hunter. So they went out there trying to find which traps had caught animals. And then whilst they were in the bush, Benjamin Afi told his nephew Kofi Kintoh, "Stay aside, I'm coming. I'm going to pee and come." And then whilst Kofi Kintoh was standing there unsuspectingly, he moved into one side of the bush. Kofi Kintoh couldn't wait for his uncle to come and show him a monkey that the trap had caught. Whilst they were walking, he was asking, "Which animals am I going to see? Is it the monkey? Is it the elephant? Is it the tiger?" And he was excited to go and see this. My brother, my sister, they tried. And when Benjamin Afi went in there, two people came out and held Kofi Kintoh down, closed his mouth, but he started shouting, "Uncle, Obi Chimi Wahao. Wafa Obi Chimi Wahao. Uncle, somebody is holding me here. Somebody is holding me down." And at that point, Benjamin Afi said that he wished he could come out and say, "Leave him alone. Please leave him alone. But he didn't want to look like a coward. Before he realized they had slaughtered Kofi Kintoh in the farm, buried his lifeless body. The sad thing was that they didn't kill him before they cut off his head. So when the head was cut off, the lifeless body was still shaking. And then they dug the grave, shallow one, and buried this one. And then quickly bundled the head and gave it to Afi. And said, you know what? Take it to this person, take it to that person. It was a chief he was supposed to take it to. But what he saw, the voice of his nephew kept ringing in his ears. Ofa, Obi Chimi Wahao. And you know what he did? He decided to go and drink a little of apetishi, locally made gin, apetishi, so that at least he would be a little bold to go and present this head to the chief. And yes, he went to the chief's palace as he was directed. And when he got there, he said the chief was yet to arrive. So he sat down. Whilst he was sitting down there waiting, there was somebody in the house who was nicknamed Soldier. He was somebody who always wanted to be a soldier, but he was never able to become one. But people just nicknamed him Soldier. You know how it is. Soldier, soldier. So when Benjamin Afi was sitting down there with the head inside a sack, in fact, it was a bag. Mayeye in those days, those bags were called Mayeye. Then he heard, Soldier! Soldier! Who are you? When he heard the name Soldier, he thought that somebody had blown his cover and was calling a soldier man to come and arrest him because he was under the influence. He started to run. Why is this man running? They chased him. They caught him. Why are you running? Have you stolen something? Why? They opened the bag and that was a human head in there. Oh my God. He was able to mention everybody's name. They mopped up everybody. And they were supposed to die by hanging. Hanging. Now Benjamin Afi, before his life was taken, said that he was so sad that his own nephew had died. And that even if they did not take his life, he would take his own life. He was a tall, handsome guy. They were all executed. That's the story of Kofi Kintoh. In the 80s, it was the biggest news in Ghana then. People my age and a little younger know this story very well. But for some time now, it's been distorted. Today when I read the story and I saw a few distortions there, I told myself, whoa, time has actually done injustice to this story. Kofi Kintoh died. He didn't go to church on Sunday. And he died on Sunday. I remember that clearly like yesterday. If I don't need to refer to any book anymore, it's still very, 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 very hot and clean in my head like yesterday. They can't even find a head. But in the days, it was so popular all over the media. And if you had seen Kofi Kintoh's head as it was held by Benjamin Afi, and the eyes closed, very young, handsome, 9-year-old. Oh my God. And it doesn't look like we can even show it here, or else we'll be flagged. My brother, my sister, the story of Kofi Kintoh. How Kofi Kintoh's uncle beheaded him for money ritual to travel abroad. He ended up traveling to his grave. Today, the story is so clean. And it still remains here. In those days, there was ritual murder all over Ghana. All over Ghana. The easiest way to make money was killing people. Today, We don't kill people anymore for money rituals, at least not that much. But we do sakawa, romance scam. The way it has become so rampant. This was how it was in the days. There was no sakawa in the days. There was nothing like romance scam. The internet did not even exist. What we did was cut off people's heads and use that for sekedulu, aka money ritual. Today, as we remember Kofi Chinto, I've told this story over and over in the African history class. My brother, my sister, and every time I tell it, it brings tears into my eyes. Kofi Chinto was only a few years younger than me, but he visited an early grave because of an over-ambitious but lazy uncle. Is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 6. Watch this. Breaking. Ghana MP arrested over romance scam. It brings tears into my eyes because I know this MP personally. He has been good to me, nice to me, kind to me. He's been a friend of a lot of artists. Who is this MP? This is the MP. I simply call him, okay, Ohene Kwame Frimpong. He's the owner of a radio station in his constituency, the Achim area there. The Agogo area there. My brother, my sister. Let's run a little dossier on him from the Parliament House of Ghana. He's an MP. He's Honorable Ohene Kwame Frimpong, as we're told, Member of Parliament for Asante Achim North. That's who we are talking about. His constituency has Agogo in there. It's a beautiful area. Oh, his hometown is Agogo. He's an independent member. He was born on Tuesday, the 23rd of September, 1986. In fact, 12 years after I was born. His religion is Dash. His phone number is here. And it's been published right there in the Parliament of House of Ghana. My brother, my sister, that's him we are talking about. He went to the College of Northeast London and he picked up an executive diploma. But before then, he did Agri Memorial Senior High School and grabbed an SSCE, which is an equivalent of GCE A level. He holds an executive diploma in international career. In fact, from International Career Institute. This is OK Frimpong. A man that I love and respect so much. In fact, dash it away. Now, OK Frimpong is a very interesting personality. Before he even became an MP, before he even thought about running, he was so kind to his people, a philanthropist. I personally went to the area on his invitation and I spoke to a lot of people in the area. Then he was in London. And I was shocked how they displayed his photographs on this pragya all over the area. The number of people he had employed and how the people loved him. In fact, he even built a mosque. A mosque, and he's not a Muslim. I went to see the mosque myself. After some time, he went back to the mosque And he was so impressed that the mosque was still standing. And he gave a short speech. There was even a clinic in that mosque in his constituency. Watch this.
Me ba ha me ni agye pa me say obi say oh ye nuanu muslimi fo de odi ade ama o mu kobra na behwe se ne e beye tan a ye kan kiro mu say omoni awue ye di we mamo e wo Allah din mu Allah on kan ye ho on ma kom kire krunkrun nye kese nye nhira mpa ma ye nyina Madam ina mo asema mo assalamu alaikum.
This is OK Frimpong, and the mosque is named after him. Masjidul Kwame Frimpong. Many people couldn't understand why he didn't build a church, but a mosque. And he told me in an interview, Blakk, we are all one people. Everyone knows I am a Christian. But let me start it for the Muslims. Then when I do it for the Christians, it is not anything newsy anymore. Hey, a few months ago, he was in China. And he was looking for Chinese farmers to come all over to his constituency to start some massive farming in the area to employ the people. Watch him in China. He signed a deal. Watch this.
We're going to have a great partnership to bring some farmers from Asante Chamber of Constituency to Malta to learn the processes of growing tomatoes. It's going to be a great deal. Let's look out for it.
The filling process is on literally on here. You don't see it, right, but it's there. Right. Okay?
That's why you filter them.
That's why we
filter.
filter.
It doesn't come in contact. That's very good.
The filling process, it's still very contained. It's within the machines, so there is very minimal chance of contamination. But still, for prevention,
very good.
The filling process is on literally on.
Very beautiful. And he wanted some of these machines to be brought right here into Ghana. In fact, right after producing the farm produce, they would move on to produce products out of that. So these were the machines. He was out of the nation, looking for something wonderful for his constituency. OK Frimpong. Oh yes, from Agogo. My brother, my sister, he was arrested over the weekend. The FBI, in conjunction with Iyoko, picked him up in Netherlands, Holland. And it's romance, scam, and fraud. Romance, scam, and fraud. A few months ago, it came out that he and his ex-wife had an issue. It was all over Ghana. Yes, there was a little issue, he told me, Blakk Rasta. Nothing serious. We were told that he was arrested by the police and so on and so forth in the UK, and that he was not going to be able to return to the Ghana parliament anytime soon. But he told me point blank, Blakk Rasta, that's not the truth. Yes, something small happened, but it's been dusted. And true to his words, just a few days later, he was back in Ghana and the rumors died. He's a very nice gentleman when you meet him. To those of you who eat both fruit puff puff, this is the owner of that outfit that produces that. He had big plans for his constituency. And during the campaign, the guy who was the MP there before him was actually going around telling people that this man was a scammer and that nobody should vote for him. A scammer. I remember I called him and I asked him, and he told me, Blakk, they are just saying anything at all to win elections. And of course, that's what politicians do. And he still went ahead and won the elections. He has the masses behind him. People love him in Agogo and beyond. Achim North. This is their MP. Achim South. Asante Achim North. Asante Achim North. That's their MP. Thank you, MCR. My brother, my sister, I've had the opportunity to go to that area and I saw a lot. It's a beautiful place and the people love him. I don't know how the people are going to take this, but remember, you are not guilty until you are proven guilty beyond all doubts. Right now, he's going to be extradited to the United States of America. And we are told that this crime, alleged crime, was done in 2019. 2019, 7 years ago. Did he do this 7 years ago? Did he continue doing it? Or did he stop somewhere along the line? Crime has no expiry date. This is an MP. He's going to be extradited to the United States from the information we have. The little I know about OK Frimpong, he's a very nice gentleman. And our prayer is that if he's guilty, may he suffer for the evil that he did. And if he is innocent, may he walk clean. But what is the Parliament of Ghana saying? Remember where you first heard it. Right on the show. OK Frimpong is in the grips of the law. He was picked up right there in the Netherlands. A joint action between the IOCO of Ghana and the FBI of the United States. This is OK Frimpong. You can see that I'm having some big difficulty articulating myself. If this is true, it will be a shocker. And if this is a lie, then we will be exonerated. It is what it is. Okay, we wish you all the best. And our prayer is that all we are hearing is a lie. But the fact that FBI has a hand in it, most of the time, it is closer to the truth. It's the black pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here, we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya! Hey you! Kai! Wait! Wayo!
Blackpot. Kokushonama.
Blackpot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the home of exclusives. And we have 2 more exclusives. My brother, my sister, is the Blackpot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 8. This is number 7. 7. Watch this. Kofi Juma's American passport seized. Who is Kofi Juma? Do we know him? Remember, Kofi Juma for some time now has been going through some legal wranglings. He was arrested by Iyoko after about the 3rd trial. They arrested him, picked him up, and brought him here. We had NPP communicators saying that Raymond Archer had gone in to desecrate a certain box that was in the house of this guy. I've forgotten the name of that comedian, NPP communicator. He was the one talking about Sami Jemfi and the gold issue and how spirits and wizards, can steal gold and all that. My brother, my sister, that guy. He said Kofi Juma had a certain box, and that box was never supposed to be opened. My brother, my sister, but Raymond Archer and his boys went in there, arrested him. In fact, the first time they went in there, he wasn't there. But they were able to look in the house and they were able to get the documents that they needed. And one of them, my brother, my sister, they are holding so dear to their heart as to whether it was taken from out of the box or outside the box. It doesn't matter to Iyoko. The most important thing is that where crime is allegedly committed, we have no diplomacy. Whether you are a council of state member or boy, or a former president's-in-law, it doesn't matter who you are. Nobody is bigger than Ghana. My brother, my sister, an MP has just been apprehended. That tells you that the laws are working. For us to be able to call our country a good country, we shouldn't look at people's faces when crimes are committed. Everybody should be treated equally. Somebody says he's a council of state member. For that matter, they should write a letter to him and then organize a last supper for him to come and eat and fill his pot belly. And after that, Agbaja people will come and dance from Hoy. He will eat akpala and fitiridechi, fill his pot belly before he will go and sit down in a palanquin and answer questions relating to fraud. What a joke. You think we are here to joke? Now this guy here, called Kofi Juma, is the former president's-in-law. His son married the daughter of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And whilst he was in power, we're told he did so much. He collapsed companies that he oversaw, including the Aboso glass factory that Nkrumah built. 2 Kwame Nkrumah factories he brought to their knees. We told you the full story, so we don't want to sound like a broken record. He was arrested by Iyoko finally. My brother, my sister, he's almost 80 years old. And when he was picked up by Iyoko, they started questioning him. And then there was a bail bond on his head for 65 million Ghana cedis and some sureties, 2 of them to be verified. All of a sudden, he said he was ill and therefore he needed to go to hospital. they took him to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. That's what a lot of these politicians do. When they are arrested and they are in custody, they all of a sudden fall ill. Who to me is the chief of all the people who fall sick when they are apprehended for investigations. So they took him to Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And over there, he has been pushing for his bail bond to be reduced. While they were in court, and the bail bond has been reduced to more than half, 30 million Ghana cedis. He's supposed to be able to post that and the same sureties, two to be verified. But what hit him most, all this while, we never knew that this guy was a dual citizenship holder. He's American and at the same time Ghanaian. So in times like this guy could easily have jumped on the plane and he would be in America and call himself American. You see why I don't like this dual citizenship thing? Gabi Asare Ochridako and his friends, who are British and Ghanaians at the same time, they have decided that they won't take public office. But how this guy got into public office, I don't know. He became the former president's in-law. Yet he was American and Ghanaian and held such public positions. By our laws in this country, to be a politician and hold public office, my brother, my sister, you need to have only the Ghanaian citizenship. But this guy had both the American passport and the Ghanaian passport. He was the boss of Gihok Distilleries. And then he convinced his in-law, the president at the time, my brother, my sister, to also make him oversee the Aboso glass factory. Both factories built by Kwame Nkrumah. And he collapsed the two. Investigators believe that he stole a lot of money. And they went after him. If he had known earlier, he probably would have absconded. Like that finance minister did, Ken Oforiatta. Iyoko clamped him down. That guy, I think he's called Poliando. That's his name. He's an NPP communicator. He said, yes, Raymond Archer doesn't respect. He went into this man's house and then he decided to desecrate a certain box. That box should never be opened till the man dies. But he went and opened it. Can you believe such comedians, jokers? These are the people who are heads of political parties. Absolutely zero-brained. No brains. Oh, Raymond Archer went with his people. They went into the house of this man. And then there was a certain box. Traditionally, we don't open this box until the man dies. And he went and opened it. That he was investigating things. For that matter, Raymond Archer should watch out. Maybe the gods will soon come after him. My God. Well, your hero Kofi Juma is an American and a Ghanaian. When Ghana is sweet, he's Ghanaian. When Ghana turns sour, he's American. Congratulations to Iyoko. We love you. We appreciate you. Raymond Archer, Capo di tutti capi of Iyoko. He is the most talked about CEO in Ghana today because it is un-Ghanaian of us to be disciplined. So when the new sheriff came and decided to make discipline his middle name, many people thought he was overdoing things. But today, my brother, my sister, every criminal can dance around other outfits, not with Iyoko. Your dance ceases right at the gate of Iyoko. And it doesn't matter who you are, you will be investigated. Party member or non-party member, It's all about Ghana. If party members can be freed to misbehave because their party is in power, when another party comes, what happens? They also free their members and let them do anything. And who suffers? Ghana. That's why we have to fight, or else you and your children will soon go to South Africa to paint nails. And if there's no Ibrahim Mahama to bring you back, you will paint nails there until Zulus kill you. And use your head for Ngongo. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Final story. Story number 8. Watch this, and this is big. Dr. Sledge's wife arrested at Ghana airport over crime. Remember, it's no more called Kotoka International Airport. Hey! How many of us know Dr. Sledge? Dr. Sledge is not a model. But when you see him, the first thought that will hit you would be that this guy is a model. He drives fast cars. He is a guy who has had so many controversies slapping him left, right, and center. Wherever Dr. Sledge goes, my brother, my sister, wealth flows. Hey, the CEO of Gold Ridge, Oil for Gold, he was in the middle of the whole caboodle. And investigators believe that he stole a lot of money belonging to the state. The office of the special prosecutor ran after him, held him down. Iyoko is also running after him. My brother, my sister. And the capo di tutti capi always told himself, no criminal can ever hide, no matter how much they run. This is Dr. Sledge. Most Ghanaians would only remember him for the 150,000 Ghana cedis that he gave to Shatta Wale when he launched his Rain album. And Shatta was so impressed that he shook hands with him and he made him address the people. Who wouldn't do that? You have your lunch and then somebody comes to give you free money like that. And there is the guy wearing the white long sleeve shirt. And on his left is his wife, Amadia. Real name, Nana Ama. Now let me run you a small dose here on this big shot, so you get to know him beyond just Shatta Wale and 150,000 Ghana cedis that he gave to Shatta Wale. Watch it. Now he was born Nana Yardiodu, but his nickname is Dr. Sledge. He's a prominent Ghanaian businessman and the founder and CEO of Gold Ridge Ghana Limited, and that's a confirmation. An integrated gold company. He's well known for his high-profile lifestyle and significant philanthropic activities in Ghana. He holds a degree in marketing from the UK. In December 2018, he was honored with a PhD in business administration by the Constantinian University, after which he began being addressed as Dr. Sledge. From 2018, honorary. He built a diversified business portfolio across several sectors. The Gold Ridge Ghana was one of them. That was his primary business, which operates in the small-scale gold mining sector and gold dealership. He also has the Silver City Real Estate. He serves as the CEO of this real estate firm, which has developed estates in the Tema area. He also has international roles that he plays. He sits on the boards of international gold dealing companies like Sakti Trading Group, Shanti Corporate Holdings, and Magnate Holding Company in Hong Kong. That is the guy we're talking about. He has partnered with the Tema Metropolitan Assembly on infrastructure projects and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources for mining solutions. This is Dr. Sledge. Please pay attention. Hey, he gave Shatta Wale 150 Ghana 150,000 Ghana cedis at the Rain album launch, and everybody saw that. And that opened him more to the public. Sometimes when these guys make money, they need recognition, okay? And one of the best is to appear on platforms that are popular. Through his foundation, he has made several significant donations, including food supplies to the Greater Accra Regional Police Command. Did you hear that? He has donated food supplies to police during the COVID-19 pandemic and support for military personnel. Now known for his opulent lifestyle, he owns a luxurious mansion in East Legon and a high-end car collection featuring brands like Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, and Bentley. I'll tell you more. Okay? My brother, my sister, the Office of the Special Prosecutor went after him regarding alleged corruption-related offenses linked to the Mineral Income Investment Fund, MIF, and gold trade programs. He was in bed with the NPP. While he was briefly detained in 2025 after failing to meet bail conditions, he was subsequently released, and the OSP has clarified that investigations are ongoing. Now, let me take you through what this guy owns. Flip. It's interesting. Hey. No, this is the guy we are talking about. And this is what he has done, allegedly, to the people of Ghana. And I will juxtapose that with what he has. He has been pinpointed for a 94 million American dollar corruption-related offense. The allegation center on transactions with MIF between 2020 and 2024, specifically within the government's goal for oil and goal for forex programs. Remember we told you that. Now the OSP alleges that the state lost over 94 million US dollars due to Gold Ridge Refinery Limited's failure to honor trade settlements and the MIF-backed initiatives. Look at the amount of money involved, 94 million American dollars. Reports suggest the state may have made advance payments of nearly 94 million American dollars for gold purchases that were never fully delivered. The investigation covers board expenditures and acquisitions and various gold projects tied to MIF during the 2020 and 2024 period. Oh yes, he was arrested, but he went out on bail. The OSP raided his Trasaco residence and East Legon offices, seizing luxury vehicles, including Rolls-Royce Phantom and Mercedes-Benz jewelry, firearms, and property documents. My brother, my sister, as of January 2026, an Accra High Court refused to confirm the freezing of assets valued at 18 million Ghana cedis, ruling that the OSP failed to provide sufficient evidence linking the properties to corruption. So they were defrozen, and he had a big party, I am told, unconfirmed, to celebrate his birthday and beyond. These are opulent guys who like to have noisy birthday parties. My brother, my sister, the Office of the Special Prosecutor now cannot prosecute without the consent of the Office of Dominic Akuritinga Ayini, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana. Flip. Now watch this. My brother, my sister, this is what he has. This is what he has. Dr. Sledge frequently parades a rotation of world-class automobiles at high-profile events like Sarkodie's 2024 Rapaholic concert. In late 2025, the Office of the Special Prosecutor seized a fleet of cars estimated at 18.6 million as part of his investigation. And look at his cars. Rolls-Royce, a custom masonry. Phantom SC, a Rolls-Royce Dawn, and a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. He also gifted his wife a Rolls-Royce Wraith worth $330,000 American dollars in 2020 at her birthday. This is the guy we're talking about. Hey, we can mention the things he has over and over. It's a whole long list. Imagine this is allegedly coming from stealing from us, the state, Ghana. Let me take you to that birthday and how he presented that Rolls Royce to his wife. Sir Akwadia was there to sing happy birthday to the wife. The comedian that I love so much, DKB, was also there. That's DKB. Yes. My brother, my sister. And that was what it was. Now, they pulled out this thing to surprise the wife. They saw the balloons. The lights started coming up. And Dr. Sledge himself was standing there with his wife. Look at Sarkodie standing there. And then the boys started to pop the balloons, one after the other. Pop, 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 to expose what the balloons covered. Oh my God. And watch it. Hey, the woman was still wondering, what was it? Look at Dr. Sledge, Sarkodie standing there. The wife Amadia, Nana Ama, and that Rolls Royce jumped out. Boom. Money was talking. Imagine, this was all stolen from Ghana, allegedly. While some people were enjoying the money, others were sweating, fretting, and even dying because of this theft. Alleged theft. Dash it away. How much did it cost? 330,000 American dollars. Well, Dr. Sledge's wife, Amadia, Nana Ama, was arrested, my brother, my sister, today at the Ghana International Airport. This is the woman we're talking about. In good times. She's slightly older than the husband. And this woman has said time and again that her husband is her everything. Iyoko picked her up in a whole separate, different investigation. I want to believe this investigation is related to Dr. Sledge. Abatement of crime. She has been picked up. My brother, my sister, in good times, they were flaunting alleged stolen money. Now it's time to face real justice. It looked like the office of the special prosecutor was a little shaky with this issue as issues came up between that office and the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Now Iyoko has gone into action. The woman has been picked up. Our prayer has always been the same. If she is guilty, let her suffer for the pain she has caused individuals, and even more. If she is not guilty but innocent, may she walk free. Is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. At this point, I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. Yes. And remember, we want to say thank you to our sponsors. Remember, every single shower matters. If you are a man who cares about his skin, turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. Oh my God. Thank you so much to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And then thank you also to Lemfi. And when we talk about Lemfi, no transfer fees, you get the most competitive rates, and above all, you get cashbacks if you are a first-time sender. Just make sure that you use the referral code 1RASTA. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Yes, if you have a story you want us to follow up on, we are excited to do that. And those who have told us stories, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for trusting us. We will certainly deliver. Okay? Let's see your comments, and we are out of here. All right? It's been a long day. Alex Pele says, good work, my brother. Thank you. Ras Oko Kofi Sun Moon says, greetings, senior Black Rasta. Welcome to the Black Port, aka Kukushunemo. Seidu Isaka says, greetings from Tokyo. Dada Tio says, may Jah guide you for your good work you're doing. Thank you. And he says, greetings to you. Abena Sela says, fire, yabu. Thank you so much. More comments coming in. And then we have Godfred. Yes, Godfred Kwashiga Eja. He says, Tolide. Okay. Ufoma Holy Omoto says, greetings, Black Rasta. More fire. Nawumba Matthew says, love you, Black Rasta. Love you too. Thomas Compra is watching. How are you doing, Thomas? Kelvin K says, watching you live from South Africa. And Thomas Compra says, more fire, Black. You are doing a great job. Keep it up. Godfred Kwashiga Eja says, I'm doing the listening right there in Dubai. Ghana will work again. Black Rasta. Do you know that some contractors are sabotaging the big push? No patriotism. Wow. Tell us more. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Make sure you send us information that we can follow up on. Okay? More comments coming in. Remember to send them via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. And we have Daga Jifado. See, I hope all these children were taken to the hospital for proper medical examination and treatment. Evil man. No, not yet. Nothing yet. And we call it the Ministry of Education. In fact, and then the Ministry of Gender and Children and other related outfits, please, to hack into this call. Ras Okoko Fisun says, Mallam Anas defiles the little children even in the mosque. Yes, in the mosque, the bathroom. Soraga Makata says, arrest this demon and lock him up for life. Malik Sean Smith says, Farouk Mohammed, are they here? Thank you so much, Farouk. He drew our attention to this and told us Black Rasta follow up on this story. Yes, he's based in the UK, but he's an Efie-Kuma boy. Efie-Kuma Epstein. Yes, that's it. The Epstein files. Okay, more comments coming in. Yes, and we have Christopher Dasa. Yes, Christopher Angnieten Dasa. And he says, what? This man. Ras Okoko Fisun says, religion, eh? Kwajo entry says, so what's the starting time for the show? It's 6 p.m. It's 6 p.m. And as we always say, it's 6 p.m. But sometimes we have issues, so we start a little late. Sometimes even so late, depending on what is happening. But we are bent on starting at 6 p.m. That is why it is very important to subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell so that you would always be told when we are on. We try as much as possible to start at 6. And it's something that is dear our hearts. We are going to continue to start at 6, okay? Then Juma Turai Abubakar. And he says, not in all madrasas, beating children and what they are reciting is not like parrots. Okay? Farouk Mohammed said, Takrade Epstein. And he says, Efie-Kuma Epstein. Ras Okoko Fisun Moon says, sad, but funny Mallam Wepa. He said, recite Ayatul Kursi. Yes. Recite Ayatul Kursi. And then the pain will go. Oh my God. Such indoctrination. Dwabil Yunzobri says, we are going to be jamming again with Black Rasta and the Herbalist Band come Sunday at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. For real. We'll be there for the All-African Games. The athletics will be there. And then we are going to be doing the closing ceremony. Okay? So come in your numbers and watch us do our thing. Ray the Vuchi Zankanali. He says, Kai Dodo. And he says, Kai Dodo 3 times. And then Ray finally says, hey, Mallam. He says, Kai Dodo. Ras Okoko Fisomu says, dash it away, demon Mallam. Eben Tay says, Ghana police, what are you waiting for? Ronald Lawson says, I nearly came to you, Blakk Rasta, with a similar issue, but the mother didn't come with the child. That is so sad. Well, we don't need the child. Just bring the mother. Let the mother confirm. We can link up with the child later to confirm a few things, okay? Black Empire Media. This is the headquarters of the truth, and this is the G8 Tribune. Thank you. Kamshina Zaid says, Blakk Rasta more fire. Abina Stila says, wicked predator hiding behind human face. There's no excuse for harming children. He must face justice. Yes, we will find him. After this, I'm going to report this to the IGP. He's already with the police, and then I'm sure that something will be done. Nana Obidiaba says, Blakk Rasta more fire. Nana Ogun Power says, my greetings to spiritual president Nana Obidiaba. And then Akana Uzura says, hi Blakk, bless up, watching you live from Torino, Italy. Blakk, in fact, my question is, who told South Africans that the country is fixed? Such arrogant people. Mark Romeo says, Mark Romeo Ofori says, the future president of Kujeta Blakwa, Daga Jifado says, all the rich men in Ghana should put their heads together and contribute to provide the seed money for the Ghanaians coming from South Africa. Now, if you say this, a lot of rich men will tell you they are not rich yet. Yeah. Rich Lip says, good evening, everyone and every two. Then he says, watching you live from Missouri in America. Rebecca Mensa says, finally, it's about to go down. Henrietta says, hi, Blakk. How are you doing today? Henrietta says, greetings from the people of Bolgatanga to you, Blakk. Aniado Nani says, hi, fam. Good evening, Blakk Rasta. More fire. And we have Asha Nate. Asha Nate says, good evening, sir. JDSGA says, greetings, Blakk. We are live. Woyoy, our country or nothing. Blakk, speak truth to power. Woyoy. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to my brother, Blakk Rasta, this blessed Tuesday. And Prosper Cadell says, greetings. Kofi Azuma returns and says, greetings to all my brothers and sisters here this blessed Tuesday, of course. And he will continue to say, share the program and hit on the like button and subscribe. Prosper Cadell says, woyoy. Michael Nuwachi says, hey, trumu malampa. Kofi Azuma says, share this live stream on all your social media right now. And he says, these criminals have destroyed a lot of children's lives. Okay, this criminal has destroyed a lot of children's lives. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to my young brother, Kevin Taylor, Freemind, Johnny Hughes, Woody Maya, and that big-time DJ Kimo in Bolgatanga. And then Delamen says, this is very sad and disheartening. And then Michael Nuwachi says, Chichima Mallam. Kofi Azuma says, this criminal has to be caught in Ghana with others who are doing this. Raskaba says, assalamu alaikum, my brother, Professor Blakk Rasta himself, more respect to you, and I pray that the Almighty Allah is protecting and guiding you always, inshallah. Okay, we take 2 more slides and we'll be done for the day. Delamen says, I can't listen to the tape. This is horrifying. Thank you, Blakk Rasta. Yes, it is horrifying. We have more that we can't play. If you listen to those tapes, you will cry, my brother. So help across that Mallam. They said, this is not normal in Islam. Or he said, this normal in Islam. Okay, so, I mean, let's know what you say is normal. Raskaba says, this Mallam is a disgrace to himself and his family. And this happened in Takrade, my hometown. Why? Raskaba says, watching you live from Spain, Barcelona. Long live the Black Pot, inshallah. And then Nakono says, protect your children at all costs. Charlotte Agbeka says, Blakk Rasta, I don't know why I don't receive notifications and I've subscribed. Okay, so you need to hit on the bell. There's a bell, hit on the bell, and then you see that the bell would shake. Show it on the screen so that I'll show them. Okay, so you see down there, watch down there, you see subscribe, like it. When you subscribe, then you hit on the bell. It will shake. That means that you are ready. Okay? That's what it is. So when we come, you'll be notified. Sorry about that. Okay? And then one day, Adam says, Raskaba, please, how do I get in touch with you? I want to make some inquiry from you. And then Atule Awene says, Awene. Nana Bonsu says, Mallam, why must you do that too? Why is some Ghanaian Mallam so shameful like that? Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Blakk. Okay? Last comment, and we are done. Manche Alawiye says, hey, Charlie, as Muslim, I am furious. Charlotte Agbeka says, Blakk Rasta, can you connect me to Ibrahim Mahama to give me some business ideas? I have money to start. I can give you business ideas. So see me. I have a lot of business ideas. The only thing is I have no money. Or you want a money man who has business ideas. Okay? Charlotte, please see me. Okay? Preferably in the night when we finish with the black pot and we are relaxing. Then more ideas can come when I'm free. Okay? All right. So what happened to the gay imam? All right? Charlotte Agbeka says, so what's IG doing when the police officer is crying for justice? Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, your stories today are so refreshing. Thank you. Michael Nuwachi says, one of the most useless politicians in Ghana. Which one? Let's know. Joseph Arthur says, Blakk Rasta, please, do you trust the AG? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Time pass. Hello, Blakk. Too much sense making. Has given you comfort. Thanks a lot, great son. Thank you, my brother. We have Joseph Arthur. Said, that's the problem with the NDC. Understand there's a template. Henry Atia says, Blakk, I think you have to talk to the AG, Honorable Dominic Ayeni, about this poor policeman's case. Okay? Charlotte Agbeka says, my blood boils whenever I hear of Afenyo. Moses Kibangbeng says, justice must be served to the policeman. And Ras Harrison says, this is very wrong. And this guy deserves justice as soon as possible. Joseph Arthur says, most of the NDC guys are friends of Afenyo. I want to believe so. And then Michael Nuwachi says, Gifty Kronforba. Which one? Who is that? Who is Gifty Kronforba? Is who? Any which way. My name is Blakk Rasta. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. It's been a mouthful today. Thank you. We appreciate you and we love you. And we'll catch you again tomorrow. Same time, 6 p.m. Until then, if you need to contact us, our numbers are on the screen right now. Pick up the numbers. You have a story you want us to follow up on? Yes, we are interested in that. And then also, please, do business with us. We love you. We appreciate you. Hey! Wayo! Wayo!